And so this is going to be my Hellcat Pro. I got this about a year ago, and I've put well over 1,000 rounds through it within that year. Not as much as I would have liked to put through it. I definitely want to put more rounds to this. I'm going to be getting some more time to go to the range here. But I did not buy this initially out of the box with the comp barrel and the compensator on it. I do have the original barrel still. I bought it with the original barrel to see how it shot without having the compensator, and to see how flat it would be still with being a very small subcompact. Fits excellent on a concealed holster. I have a concealed holster from T-Rex Arms, and I probably wouldn't go with another brand as far as that goes. So I didn't get the Wasp, the OSP, or whichever version it came with having the Wasp on the back of it. Even at the time of purchasing this back in 2024, January 2024, the Wasp didn't have really good reviews. Some inconsistency, and they weren't out of stock buying them on the Springfield website. They were actually being either recalled, something of the nature on the website, to where they weren't really releasing them for sale individually at the moment. So I haven't looked too much into it. I know there's other sites out there. SIG makes excellent sites. Holosun makes excellent sites. I've shot the SIG P365X Macro. Excellent carry gun. If I didn't have an option to have the Hellcat Pro, I would go buy that for sure. It's about the same size as well. Dimensions are nearly identical, about the same weight as well. SIG has a smoother trigger. It has a pretty good wall on it as well. This one has more of a wall similar to a Glock. It has a definite wall. You have to know that you want to pull the trigger. Reset on it, to me, is very good. I know a lot of reviews about the Hellcat. People will complain about the creep. So you hit your wall and there's some creep to it. That's not a problem for me. I've never complained about that. If you're going to be putting it on target, finding your wall, and squeeze the trigger, you're not going to care about the creep. But I'm a creep. Creep. And the reset on the trigger, the reset for it is good to me. I'm trying to do better. Like Bangarang Industries has shown as well in some of his training videos, where as soon as you fire that weapon, as soon as you squeeze a shot, you're bringing your finger back to reset that trigger. So putting 1,000 rounds on this, I would say it's not hard to do that. It's more difficult up here. When I first started shooting it, I'd probably see the same grouping as I would this at the same amount of yards, 15, 20 yards. But since that time, focusing more on grip, focusing more on my sight picture. I've seen a few videos too as well. I tend to more now to try to stand straight and bring the pistol up a little bit toward me. And this here has gotten me more on target every time. Instead of hunkering down and leaning forward, that just doesn't work for me. It's not my preference. But since then, I've been completely comfortable and confident with this. Even without the compensator barrel, even with just the regular barrel, this firearm will shoot great. I just enjoy having a little bit more weight on the front, a little bit longer muzzle velocity, not too much. But that compensator does make a difference. I put 900 rounds on this, no compensator. And so the last maybe 300 rounds I've put with the compensator, it makes a tremendous difference. It's not something that's going to be completely blown away by. You're not going to go right home about it. But it is something that I think is a great buy. I believe it's about $200 from Springfield, all the way out the door, taxes included. But it's well worth it to me. And it's still concealable. So many people have talked about the grip for the Hellcat Pro. I think it's a phenomenal grip. Maybe the back could have slightly a little bit more, Some people have complained about it being square, similar to like a Glock, a small Glock, maybe like a 43, but that I don't have a problem with. I mean, kind of have like a U shape here. It fits good. I have plenty of finger texture here for my index finger and for my thumb when aiming. It's just extremely slim. It's very slim. That helps with not printing when carrying it daily. TLR7, this is a great weapon light. Several buddies of mine have used it, and I used to have the TLR1 when I had department weapon, and the TLR1 was great. It was durable for what you needed it. I wasn't using it in any kind of conditions that would have been extreme. I was in a jail working as a jailer, and obviously you didn't carry those inside the jail, but you had them in case you had to do transports and when you're traveling to and from work. The TLR1 was great. It's pretty long though, so I ended up giving that away and getting the TLR7. This has been a really good weapon light. It's not too terribly bright, but it fits comfortably here and doesn't get in too much of the way of the trigger guard. That is the only thing I would have to complain about, is if I had to change anything on this firearm, is I would move the trigger guard out just a little bit. And that's just a personal preference. Nothing wrong with the firearm itself. People with medium hands, small hands, still be able to get their finger inside this. But I say anyone with a large or extra large finger, you're gonna probably have a little bit of trouble getting that finger in there. This is not a duty gun by no means. Could you carry it? Absolutely. Is it accurate? Yes. But when I think of a duty gun, something I think of is something that Safariland makes a holster for that will be a level 3 retention. I think that is a duty weapon. Safariland, they're not the only holster company out there, but to face it, they've made holsters for eons and for an extreme amount of pistols. Not going to say they don't have anything for a subcompact, but you're not going to find a level 3 retention for many subcompacts. They don't make one for this one. Again, I don't consider this a duty gun. You could if you had to, but again, being able to wear a glove, this is a size large glove, it doesn't fit that well. It hangs up, and that's partially due to the weapon light, but it doesn't do very well inside this housing. So, great pistol, good sights. I prefer these, but you can still get it with U-notch sights, and U-notch to me is a lot better than just your 3-dot. To me, I find it easier being able to pull up, focusing on your sight and being able to pull your pistol up. It's easier to get your sights on target. To me, it's just easier for me. It's faster. I enjoy the yellow bright dot on the center of it. That to me is great. It's good for daytime, especially when it's really bright outside. It really just it illuminates like it's battery powered. It's really nice. Better than any white sights for sure. Better than any Glock sights. Sig makes good sights too. They're irons, but having that something fluorescent makes a big difference to me. So this also has a tritium night sight only in the front, nothing on the rear. But at night, I'll try to get a video of that as well. Just go take one and show you how dark it is. It's bright enough. It's not like a Trijicon. Trijicon makes excellent night sights. It doesn't seem to be as pronounced as that. However, it's probably a little bit smaller than your regular Trijicon night sights. Could be. I could be 100% wrong about it. Maybe somebody will know a little bit more about that. But it's enough to be able to be in the dark if you didn't have a weapon light and you need to focus on that dot. It's enough for it. And even whenever you're clearing a home, if you're inside of it and you have the weapon light on, if there's any light coming back to the firearm, it not only do you see the night sight, but you also see that yellow. It lights back up again. It catches light and illuminates very well.